don't you dare go running down my little town where I grew up.
Tom Sherbert Jr. was not only my uncle, but my math teacher, my junior high principal, and tennis coach. As a matter of fact, he taught all the 21 Cook grandchildren that lived in Van. Tom was born in Ben Wheeler and attended school there, then transferred to Van High School, where he graduated at the age of 16. He went to college at East Texas State Teachers College on a tennis and a basketball scholarship, and one of his dear friends, Harpy Thompson, also went on a basketball scholarship. He joined the Navy, and on a leave came back and married Eulaine Cook, and had 3 children, Ron, Susan, and Melinda. Ann Staten Stone and I, both nieces of Tom's, were fortunate to be the first girls to win state in tennis. His 38 and a half years have been with VISD until his untimely death at the age of 61. He had such a huge impact on the many students' lives that were fortunate to have Tom Sherbert Jr.
It was 75 or 76. I was coaching in Mineola. I was the varsity basketball coach, and I had just finished the season and was in a history classroom teaching, and someone knocked on the door. I went to the door, and it was Superintendent Bill Knight. He said, "Coach Dunn, we do not have a tennis coach. I want you to coach tennis." I said, "My gosh, I've never played tennis. I know a little about tennis. My son was a sophomore that year and played in the tennis program, but I'm not qualified to do that." But he said, "We need somebody to coach tennis. We don't have anybody, and we need someone." So I said, "Okay, I will." And there I was, up the creek. So that night, I called Tom Sherbert and told him, "Tom, I knew that one of these days, after you turned me down and wouldn't let me play when I was a freshman, that one of these days I'd be coming back to you for something." And sure enough, here I am. I'm the tennis coach at Mineola High School right now, and I do not know where to start. And Coach Sherbert said, "You come over to my house and we'll sit down and I'll go over with you the fundamentals of what you need to know," and what I was concerned about was how to carry on a workout. His ability to run a program such as a tennis program on the state level, where you are recognized, is a great achievement. To get to that level is difficult, and Coach Sherbert got there.
Well, first of all, I want to express my appreciation to the school board and the Superintendent Don Dunn for selecting Tom Sherbert Jr. for this honor. Well deserved. Tom was a remarkable man in a way. He was in World War II, a naval officer. I always admired him for that, and admired him for many, many things. He grew up in Ben Wheeler, and he was very much interested in tennis and basketball. And since there wasn't very many places to play tennis in Ben Wheeler, Texas, he persuaded Cliff Kellum, who had a sundries route that he called on businesses, to drop him off in Tyler each morning, or some of the mornings when he went to work, and pick him up on his way home. And all that Tom had was water and some food for the day. And he used that, and later on got a scholarship at East Texas State University in basketball and tennis. Tom was what I call a balanced man. He was a church-going man, wonderful family man. He was a good sportsman, a professional, and one of the things that I remember about him, he was a very, very savvy investor, a balanced man.